My dear students, I welcome you all to my educational channel. The name of my educational channel is Priyanka Dotto. In this educational channel, you will find video presentations on English language and literature of school level, college level, as well as of competitive examinations. Now, today's assignment is video presentation number 3 on the poem A Photograph. The name of the poetess, as you all know, is Shirley Toulson. Now, the topics to be covered in today's video presentation are discussion of stanza 2, word notes of stanza 2, and paraphrase of stanza 2 of the poem just mentioned. Now, let us look at the text of stanza 2. The poetess says, some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. The word snapshot refers to the photograph which has been described in detail in the first stanza of the poem. So, the photograph records a particular moment in the life of the mother of the poetess. 20 or 30 years have passed from that time when the photograph was taken, of course with the help of a camera. The mother was about 12 years old. Here the poetess tells that 20 or 30 years have passed. So in the second stanza we come to a time when the mother of the poetess is 12 plus 20, that is 32, or 12 plus 30, that is 42 years old. When the mother of the poetess is 32 or 42 years old, she gives a particular reaction looking at the photograph. She laughs. Now we all know that laughing is an expression of inner joy, and this joy is expressed by uttering or by making a loud sound. The reaction of the mother of the poetess does not end here. Apart from this sound, the mother of the poetess says something else. Now, what did she say? The poetess's mother said, "See, Betty and Dolly, and look how they dressed us for the beach." The mother of the poetess used to draw the attention of her daughter, that is the poetess of this poem, to Betty and Dolly. Betty and Dolly are the two girls who are the daughters of the uncle and aunt of the poetess's mother. The main focus of the words of the poetess's mother is the kind of dress the three girls are seen to put on or wear, as becomes evident in the photograph. So these three girls have gone to the beach, it is imperative that they would bathe in the sea. So it is very likely that they were putting on or wearing some kind of a swimming costume at that time. Now, this kind of dress which the mother of the poetess wore at that time makes her somewhat ashamed, rather I would say uneasy, while she looks at it sitting beside her daughter. However, the poetess does not take any of these things with that importance, because what mattered to her was something else. That is why she says, the sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. The photograph was taken when the mother of the poetess went to a seaside place along with her cousins. They were probably guided by the uncle of the poetess's mother. They had gone there to spend their holiday. So the photograph reminded the mother of the poetess of her spending a holiday beside a seaside place. But this description did not matter to the poetess at all. Why? She says that mine is her laughter. The loud expression or joy or happiness which her mother gave was all that mattered to the poetess. In the course of our discussion of the first stanza of the poem, I tried to point out that a human being involved in familial affairs does not have that kind of anxiety-free life as a girl, of course unmarried, is supposed to have. So we can expect that the poetess has hardly seen her mother laugh. So it is the laughter of her mother which mattered to her the most. Now, towards the end of the second stanza, there is a shock. Why there is a shock? Now we shall look at the last sentence of this stanza to understand the nature of this shock. The poetess says, both re with the labored ease of loss. It is written here case. It is a typographical error. Now the poetess refers to a kind of loss. Here the word loss refers to the death of the mother of the poetess. This loss is called ease. Since man is mortal, the poetess's mother was bound to die at some moment of her life. So the poetess has to take the death of her mother with a sense of ease, with a sense of acceptability, as she does not want to accept this bitter truth. She has to exert mental pressure. She has to make a compromise. So this kind of mental adjustment has been suggested by the word labored, that is, put labor or give effort. Now I have deliberately omitted a point. The poetess says both re. The word re means change the nature of something to an expression of disappointment, frustration, sadness, whatever you may call. The word both refers to the reaction of the mother of the poetess as well as the reaction of the poetess. Both these things have changed to an expression of disappointment. Now, in order to know or rather realize how these two reactions have changed to the reactions of disappointment, we shall have to look at closely at the final stanza of the poem. Of course, that discussion will be covered in my next video presentation. So, before I conclude the discussion of this stanza, let us keep in mind that the photograph no longer produces any positive implication or reaction. Of course, we shall look forward to the nature of this change while we shall focus on the final stanza of the poem. Now, let us take down some word notes from this stanza. The first word is snapshot. It means an informal photograph taken quickly with a camera. Then there is an apparently simple word which in the context of this poem is somewhat complicated. The word is both. It means the implication of the photograph to the poetess and her mother. You must keep in mind that the implications differ with the change of persons. That is, to the mother of the poetess, the photograph implies something else. To the poetess herself, the photograph implies something else. The next word, re, means changed into. Into is a single word, so you must make the necessary adjustment here. Changed into an expression of disappointment. The penultimate word, labored, means deliberate. The final word is ease, means acceptance. Now, in order to strengthen our discussion of this stanza, let us look at the paraphrase of this stanza. When the poetess's mother was 32 or 42 years old, she looking at the photograph used to take recourse to laughing. You may write laughter. L-A-U-G-H-T-E-R. She used to tell the poetess to look at Betty and Dolly, her two cousins. She also drew the attention of the poetess to the kind of dress the three girls in the photograph were wearing. It is quite likely that they were wearing swimming costumes. Now let us move to the next slide to look at the remaining part of the paraphrase of this stanza. Most probably, apart from this dress, the memorization of her joyful sea holiday when this photograph was taken produced this laughter. The photograph used to remind the poetess's mother of a joyful incident of her past life. However, what mattered to the poetess was her laughter, which the photograph produced. Of course, produced in her mother. You must write it. So you shall have to make the necessary adjustment here. Okay. Now let us move to the next slide to see the final part of the paraphrase of this stanza. The poetess has now lost her mother, so there is no one left to look upon the photograph as a reminder of the past incident. Naturally, the kind of delight the poetess took in the laughter of her mother cannot be found as well. The death of the poetess's mother surely means her absence, to which the poetess has to adjust herself. Since this adjustment is deliberate, means forceful, her disappointment is evident. So this was all, or rather this is all what I have to say about the paraphrase of this stanza. So the points which I did not discuss while discussing the second stanza of the poem has been clearly mentioned in this slide of the paraphrase. I hope that these ideas must be in your head while we shall discuss the final stanza of the poem. So before I conclude, let us request you to subscribe to my channel, to share my video presentations to your friends so that they can be benefited. Of course, comment your opinion and put forward your queries. Thank you. See you again in my next video presentation, which will be on the third and final stanza of the poem A Photograph. Thank you once again.